Hi, beautiful people. I am going to talk about Ihan Omar tonight. I'm not going to be with you guys long. There was a lot that was going on tonight with Trump and the State of the Union address. If you guys did not watch it, you've got to go and watch it. It was like, he did a really good job without a teleprompter, but Ilhan Omar crashed with Donald Trump. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to take my drink. Why do I get nervous coming over here talking to you guys? I'm going to share a clip for you. Everything I share is for educational and for use purposes, just so we can talk about it. And Daniel, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm so hot in my house. What's good, Jose? Jose, I came over here so we can have a conversation. Catwalk, what's good? Did y'all see it with Ihan Omar? I'm going to play it for you in case you missed it. And then we're going to talk about some stuff. And then we're going to have a good night. Catwalk, good morning. Hang on, you guys. I'm going to get right into it. Before I tell you guys what I think and why I think the way I do, I'm going to play that clip. I'm going to play that clip and you guys can let me know what you think. Let me drop a link for Claude. Now, over here, we could talk more than my other streams. So you guys, let me know what you think. Hold on. How do I... Why are you blocked? I don't know who you are. Oh, I don't block people. Okay, how do I share? Hold on. I need to get into my clip. I don't know who you are. I feel, why would you come in a chat? That's the first thing that you say. Okay, there's a link for Quad. Let me get into my clip. Everything I should. Oh, let me wait for Quad and then I'm get into my clip, you guys. But how are you guys doing? What did you guys think about What did you guys think about Trump tonight? I felt a huge sense of, oh, I don't know. Sometimes YouTube snoops. No, you're good. I'm like, I didn't block you. How are you tonight? I don't block you guys. Even if you guys disagree with me, I don't block you guys unless it's, extreme. But I wouldn't block you. You thought it was informative, Catwalk? I thought it was informative. I felt like it was. I agree with you. Donald Trump laid out a lot of things, talked about Trump accounts, DEI. I think my favorite part, honestly, was the veterans. The guy that was 100 years old, the wounded guy, put tears in my eyes, giving them an award. I was so touched by it. I felt we need to do more for our veterans, and we definitely need to honor them. I have been here before. Hey, Snooks, you're always welcome. I wouldn't block you. No. I'm trying to wait for Trump. Okay, I gotta look at the time tonight. It is 11:23. Let me just get into my clip. All right, I already have it set up for here. I gotta go. That was awesome, Lawrence. Okay, let me get into my clip so I can get into my commentary. Snooks, yeah. Okay. It's been a minute since I've been over here. So, there we go. Okay, you guys. Wait a minute. Oh, here it comes. MAGA. Hey. I need to play my clip. Welcome. Let me play this clip. How are you tonight first?
Hey, I feel good. I feel really good.
Okay, good.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Hopefully we'll still be friends after this. Okay, let me play this.
We'll always be friends, by the way.
Okay. That's good to know. I'll be nice.
I have my water too. Be interesting to see what her definition of nice is tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to
He's happy.
One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight, I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
I agree with that. I think he's 100% right with that. Quite honest. He's 100% right. He did exactly what he was supposed to do there. And shame on the Democrats, some of them not showing up. I mean, my gosh, he looks so grumpy for crying out loud.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the
I
criminals.
mean, look at her. She's so uncouth.
Penalties for
Really?
public officials who
Nobody
block
else is doing this.
criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country. They're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, she got triggered. She absolutely got triggered.
All right, thanks, Brett. Thanks, Martha.
It was
And
so
welcome to
embarrassing.
News Alert. We are live. We're on Capitol Hill. We're in the D.C. swamp. Moments ago, President Trump wrapped up yet another iconic, uplifting, patriotic State of the Union. Coming up, we have live reaction with the House Speaker, Mike Johnson. We also will check in with Texas Senator Ted Cruz will join us. And
She really made herself look foolish. She absolutely made herself look foolish.
Yeah, you started talking over that part, but could you guys hear it? You guys with Ihan? I'm gonna tell you guys this. I thought that she made herself look foolish. I thought it was very weird. And why are the Democrats taking such a hard stance against Donald Trump during that? What did he say that was so bothersome? There is really no excuse for her to have that shout out. What she should have done, what would have been a professional thing to do, was go to her own platform. Wait. Do a press conference after. But to do it right then and there, especially when you would never have done that in your own country where you come from, you would never have done that. And I thought it was a poor, I thought it was a poor excuse for a representative. Claude?
Listen, I've already expressed my displeasure with her. To me, she's an embarrassment. Listen, we know what President Trump is. As you know, I don't always agree with him, but I definitely agree with, the borders. I think there's absolutely no problem with that. He needed to patrol the borders more. There was too much going on with that. I didn't even have a problem with ICE. I think ICE was pretty much doing their jobs. I think she's pretty much embarrassed because she is the representative of the state of Minnesota, and we see how bad Minnesota looked. And then for her to start screaming, "Oh, you did this, you unalived Americans." Listen, look at the rest of the Democrats and the way that they carried themselves, even though I don't like the fact that, number one, a lot of them didn't show up. To me, you still show up. Even if you just sat there, you didn't have to get up and clap alongside the Republicans if you didn't feel so, but she was just so uncouth, it was ridiculous. It was pretty embarrassing. And listen, I don't expect Trump to take the high road in anything. He just doesn't. I mean, he's pretty much he's a shock jock president, but I digress.
More under investigation after racking up.
Okay. You guys know. Wait, can you hear me or no?
I hear you.
You can hear me. You guys know that I'm never one to persuade you guys of anything, but there's a lot with her that isn't talked about. Her explosion of wealth since she came into office, way wealthier. Her business is doing well since she came into office. How did she make so much money in such a short amount of time? And I feel that her hatred towards Donald Trump is a deflection of what she has going on with Minnesota has going on with the scandals going on there. They're not in a position to judge Donald Trump for anything. And a lot of times when people are covering something up, they're going to be angry at a person exposing that. So I'm not surprised at her anger towards Donald Trump.
I can understand her frustration with him. I can understand her even being upset with him. But there's a time and place for everything. And that wasn't the time, and that certainly wasn't the place. I think she lacked decorum. I think it's unbecoming. And listen, you can make the case that the president sometimes is unbecoming of the president. I understand that. I mean, I'll be the first to admit plenty of times he's looked unraveled.
What are you talking about? Who's unraveled?
What am I? No, I'm not. Hold it. I'm talking about in the past. I'm not talking about right now.
And when has Donald Trump been unraveled? Okay. You can have
really?
it. You can have it.
When has he looked unraveled? Really? Let's not. Okay. Let's just leave it at the State of the Union address here.
Okay, let's stay on topic.
We're talking about both people. I mean, it's technically on topic, but I digress.
I don't need to do that, Claude. This is America. You have the right to speak your mind. You have the right to speak your mind. You know,
that's what I was doing.
I get nonpartisan news. So I'm going to share what happens with the right and the left. Now, let me share this clip, Claude, and speak freely. Everything I share is for educational first purposes. You guys, let's look into Ilhan Omar. I can't even say her name. And I wanted to like her as a woman. I wanted to like her. But there's things that's not quite right. Why are you looking at me like that? Okay.
Where's the beautiful beat footage?
I got you. Okay, I gotta go on mute so I can. Hey, Bob. Yeah, when had Catwalk come through? When has Donald Trump looked unraveled more than people mess with him and his family? Really? Talk about
Are you serious?
Talk about
Catwalk, really?
Let me get into Catwalk is speaking truth. Let me get into my clip. Yeah, enjoy your water. Let me drink some water too.
You don't really want me to show the receipts. But okay.
Fox News alert, Ilhan Omar under investigation after racking up millions while she was in Congress. Senior national correspondent Kevin Cork has it. What's up, Kevin?
Good day, my friend. What's the old saying? Follow the money? Well, that's precisely what the House Oversight Committee is doing. They are probing squad member Ilhan Omar's skyrocketing family wealth, Jesse, especially in the wake of that $9 billion, some would argue $19 billion, Somali social services fraud scandal that exploded in her district in Minnesota. The oversight chair, James Comer, says his team's lawyers are exploring the extraordinary step of subpoenaing Omar's spouse over his curious business practices. Republicans want to know how the Somali-born Omar and her politically connected husband, Tim Minette, went from being nearly broke to being worth around $30 million in just a year, according to her 2024 disclosure forms. Quoting Comer now, there are a lot of questions as to how her husband accumulated so much wealth over the past 2 years. It's not possible. It's not. And he's a money guy. Minette and his partner, Will Haler, back in 2022, formed an investment firm, Jesse, named Rose Lake Capital. They had $42 in their bank account at the time, but in a year, up to $25 million, according to Omar's filing. By the way, he also has a wine business that went from next to nothing to millions on its books. Not surprisingly, associates were so perplexed about the irregularities.
They had $42.
The feds to, look into it. Now, for her part, the Congresswoman has repeatedly, and I say defiantly, denied any wrongdoing while being also careful to criticize the ongoing probe. But, sometimes I say, Jesse, the ones who yell the loudest have the most to hide.
Well, innocent until proven guilty. I'm sure everything was perfectly legal. We're just checking to find out. Kevin, good to see you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to.
Did I hear that right? They only had $42 in their account?
You didn't hear a clip? I don't need to tell you guys. Her wealth has exploded since she's been in office. That she's been investigated for fraud. She's been investigated for a lot of things. I find her anger towards Trump has nothing to do with Donald Trump himself. Donald Trump has exposed a lot of fraud since he's been in office. We know that. And a lot of people are upset. One of the reasons, think about it, why wouldn't every person have stood up when Donald Trump said that he's for protecting American citizens and the borders? And again, I say this, who has the most to gain from not protecting the borders? It's not Republicans, it's Democrats.
But why would the Democrats not want the borders protected, though? That makes no sense to me.
There's people that come in illegally and you give them a lot of government assistance, things like that. They're more than likely to vote Democrat. They overwhelmingly will vote Democrat, and even for the ones that can't vote, when you have more people in the state, you get more seats in the House of Representatives. If they're Democrat, that leans it towards the Democratic Party.
If you're here illegally, you shouldn't have any rights, period, right?
I wish it was that simple, but it's not. We already know that they have rights. Now, people like to say, oh, they don't have rights and they can't vote. Listen, they're a total American economy. The more people that's in a state, how do we determine how many people are in the House of Representatives for a state? How do we determine how many representatives you get? And then you have to determine if Congress or if the House is going to be majority Republican or majority Democrat. So when you think about things like this, you have to ask yourself, who benefits, again, from illegal immigrants coming to this country? Why would anybody want anyone to come into their country undocumented? Why? There's only one reason why. Two.
I think it's ridiculous for anybody to not want the borders protected. I think that's ridiculous. I think That's one of the few things that I've always agreed with Trump, even from the beginning, even from his last term. I always agreed with that. The borders did need to be protected. I think there's no way. How can you vote if you're illegally here? That's ridiculous.
You're not supposed to, but that's why when Donald Trump, okay, so you're not supposed to, technically. But what do you do if they're not asking for IDs? When I went to vote, no one asked me for my ID. No one asked me for my ID. What did they ask me for? And I made a video, you guys, of me going to the voting booth, putting in my little vote, okay? Getting my sticker saying I voted. I made a video. Now they're saying that, oh, you know, you're supposed to register and all those things, blah, 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 blah. But why wouldn't anybody want voter IDs? And why would anybody want it? So they're trying to make it seem as if it's wrong to have an ID to go vote. But that's just to make sure that people that are not here legally, because no, they're not supposed to vote. It's against the law. But we see that it has still happened. ID requirements. Thank you, Snoot. And people like to say, "Oh, you know, I made that up." No, I did not show an ID. I went over to vote at my local library. Okay, and another time I went somewhere else. Like I think it was like I don't want to dox myself. Nobody asked me for my ID. So you have people voting that's not supposed to vote. I told them my address. Me too, Snoops. I told them my address, and they did look up my information as far as You know what's interesting is when I went to vote in the primaries, I had so much trouble as American citizen voting. They wanted to double check my. Obviously, I was voting in the Republic in the Republican primaries, right? They made it very difficult for me to vote, and I'm gonna leave that there. Daisha said if they found out I lied, they would lock me up. What you talking about, Daisha? I don't have to show my ID either, but I have to show my voter ID card. We didn't have to show that. I'm glad Trump is pushing for IDs, right, Lawrence? And if they found out I lied, they would lock me up, but that would be well after the election. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a fair election. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't see why that's any different than having a driver's license. I mean, what's the big deal of wanting a voter ID? Why is that such a huge deal?
Compare it to papers, like slave papers and stuff like that. Some people are trying to make these weird comparisons. That's apples and oranges. But I think that there's a lot with this country. I felt that it was very telling for the Democratic Party and their response to Trump during some of them looked asleep. I found it very disrespectful. I think that makes us look bad for the other countries. But regardless of the Democrats' display tonight, Donald Trump delivered an amazing speech, very patriotic, and I don't understand why when Donald Trump talked about Trump accounts in that speech and how kids that wouldn't have the opportunity that these Trump accounts would allow, they should have been excited about that. And I'm just like, why wouldn't you? Everybody says, what about the kids? But when you say something good about the kids, so y'all understand Trump accounts, $1,000 goes into the accounts. Now the parents got to sign up for it. You got to do something on your own, okay? $1,000 in the kids, and I'm saying that because you guys don't know, in a kid's account. If the kid is under 10 years old and the parents have to make less than $150,000 combined a year, I think that's a lot of Americans. I think, and then that money collects interest. So by the time that child is 18 years old, they can have around $180,000, and that money can continue to grow. They can leave the money in the account to grow more. That's a substantial amount of wealth for that child. That child will have a huge advantage. And nobody said anything about it. Trump accounts, like that's a big idea. Now Donald Trump said he didn't name it Trump account. He didn't name it that. They chose for it to be called Trump accounts. But for the Dallas, I just think that's amazing. Huge blessing from the donators. What do you think about that?
No, I think that is a big deal. I mean, you're giving people a start so they can have a huge head start. I wish I had that head start when I was younger. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I wish that we all did. I mean, I see you, salute. I wish that we all would have had that head start. But y'all don't want to talk about Trump accounts. Look at Daisha. Look at Daisha. Talk him out. Girl, that will fall apart in 2 years. See the negative. You can give, and I like Daisha. I'm not picking on Daisha, but she threw that comment in the chat. All I could do is read it. You can give people so much, and they're gonna find negativity instead of saying, "Okay, let's make this work. Let's call him out on it." These people are millionaires. They're philanthropists. They have so much money. So call them out on what they're saying. Now, Donald Trump said there's going to be Trump accounts. There's going to be Trump accounts. Sign up for it. If you have kids under 10 years old, sign up for it. It's already available. It's already available. Why would you say it's going to fall apart, Daisha? Why would you say that? You picked on her comment. I didn't pick on her comment. Don't play. She threw that comment out there.
Well, the only thing I would say is, at the very worst, at least try it out. If it does, let's say it does fall apart, at least you can call them out on it.
What did you lose? Was it your 1,000 that you started off with? What did you lose? Nothing.
Well, that's sort of my point.
Anything Trump touches falls apart, whatever lasted. Look at the casinos. The casinos, what are you talking about? I know a lot of wealthy Native Americans. I know how much to try to make out here. Okay. What about the casinos are you talking about? Everything, if what you're saying is true, they should now listen. I'm not here to preach about Donald Trump. I don't want to come across as MAGA. I'm not trying to come across as that. Okay. I do not identify as MAGA. I'm just here to report on the news. Now, some people talk about Donald Trump.
Well, if you talk about at school, that did fall apart, but I digress.
We're supposed to be talking about about tonight.
You just wanted an example of what fell apart from him, right? That's all I did was give an example.
No,
that school fell apart.
Let me get this real quick. Let me get this together. Filing bankrupt. I love you too. I love you too. She gives me a run for my money. Filing bankruptcy does not mean that you have failed. It doesn't mean that you have failed. It's what's a fence-sitter, Bob? What is that? Filing bankruptcy doesn't mean that you failed. Filing bankruptcy means that you are not going to pay off your debt. Is financial language, right? You're going to. Now, I don't suggest everybody file in bankruptcy if you just owe a couple $1,000s, but this is another string for another day. You can start over under a new name and write off a debt and start fresh. And there's nothing about Donald Trump that's broke. Some people just choose to start over. It's more beneficial for them to start over and use a certain amount of money to start up their businesses and then to take out a loan. Donald Trump he declared bankruptcy, but it does not mean that he's a failure. A lot of millionaires do it and they just start over with a clean slate.
That's a tool that many rich people use.
It is. It's a fact. Come under a new name, change a little bit, make it incorporated, whatever. It is. A lot of you file bankruptcy so you can start over and you can. So let's say let's say you run up a bill of $100,000 or whatever, $1 million, blah blah blah, and you know you don't have to pay it back. You just filed bankruptcy. You just start over. Isn't that like a loan that you never had to pay back?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think Trump is anything but a failure as he owns over 500 companies. I wish I was as bankrupt as Donald Trump. Best place to be. The whole segment fell apart when Buddy fell asleep on camera. That just shows how disrespectful the left can be. Wasn't an insult. I got you. Trump uses the laws to his benefit. It is a loophole. It's a bit messy, but used daily. It's not really messy. It's allowed. It's allowed. And the dude falling asleep on camera didn't make Donald Trump look bad. That speech was exciting. It was full of energy. It felt great, and there was no way you couldn't have got anything from it. Even if you didn't want to get anything from it, you got something from it. And those men Olympians showing up just shows exactly what Donald Trump is trying to do. That's a proud moment for America. America is winning, and we love our country. We love our country. If Donald Trump, let me tell you something. If Donald Trump wasn't in office, it was another person in office, I would still be making videos. I would still be making videos, and I would still be talking about what's happening in this world.
But you wouldn't be as giddy.
If there was something good happening, I would be as giddy. I would be like, you know what, go America. And that's something that you do get from the right. When there's somebody in office that's not a Republican, we still respect the commander in chief. They steal from taxpayers and take care of illegals. Catwalk says, okay, if you're not in $1 billion on his level with lawyers and his counsel not being on his kitchen table trying to figure things out, then what are we talking about bankruptcy for? Facts. Facts. Allowed, but not exactly as moral as it should be. Okay, Snoops, fair enough. But what's not moral about it, though? Did you like the speech tonight? You identify as independent, no?
Yes, I am an independent thinker. What's that quotation marks? I am independent. Yeah, you thought I wasn't going to catch that. Yeah, nice try.
I didn't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. We agree on certain things. So speaking, and some people would call me independent. Some people would probably call me independent, right?
I gave his speech a B+. I think that's fair.
I didn't.
What's wrong with that? I gave it. No, I didn't say that you did. As I mentioned before, on my platform, I gave his speech a B+. I thought he definitely galvanized the country. He definitely went to his fan base. I think Ilhan looked like an absolute fool tonight. I mean, she looked like an absolute fool tonight. Hakeem Jeffries, at least, even if he didn't agree with the president, he showed decorum, he showed class, he showed dignity. You can't say the same thing about her.
That was so.
I mean, she pretty much spazzed out in front of millions of people. I mean, what can you say? The high point of now I will say the high point was when he gave the 100-year-old gentleman the Presidential Medal of Freedom. I think that was the high point. And that was the most galvanizing part of the entire State of the Union address. Hey, why'd you cut me?
I didn't cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. I'm done.
I wasn't cutting you off. I just wanted to remind you guys. Hold on. Look how ridiculous she looks, you guys. Can you see it? I'm quite sure. But...
Yeah, she looks like a heckler.
Hang on.
That protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Look at J.E. Vance. Proud. Look at them. Proud. Yeah, you see that? That's right. She embarrassed herself. That was absolutely disgusting. Is that the kind of person I want as a representative that can't control my temper, that can't even
Your president can't control his temper half the time. Are you serious?
Donald Trump has an anger because he got so many people. Imagine this. He's given his this was a big deal tonight, was it not? It was a big deal. The State of the Union address was a big deal, you guys. And for someone to heckle him and do things that's just whatever happened to respect? What happened to that? I don't always like some of the things that people say. Look at me talking to Claude. I don't always like what Claude says, but I'll be respectful. I could wait until he finished speaking. You're laughing. Why are you
I'm just
laughing?
smiling. I'm not laughing. I'm
When they
smiling.
said USA, that goes to show they didn't care what she was talking about. They stood, majority stood behind Donald Trump. It was very disrespectful, and people are gonna admit to that. But it was so disrespectful. I just was like, wow, this is what our country is coming to. America's in trouble. We're in trouble. There's no respect. There's an extreme hate for the political right, and we have to be careful. We have to be careful. We see what happened to Charlie Kirk. Man, imagine what could happen to MU, you guys. I won't have anybody speaking up for me or protecting me. Look at what happened with Luigi Mangione. In that case, there has been an update in these court cases, you guys, but we got to talk about it tomorrow. Ask the man that shouted, "You." Why did I look at the chat? Ask the man that shouted, "You lied to Obama." Ask him about respect. Claude, what do you think about what I said?
Listen, she looked like she was at Showtime at the Apollo the way she was yelling. It was ridiculous. I mean, it really was. And I'm going to be honest, the Democratic Party's in trouble. If you're going to trot out Gavin Newsom, if you're going to trot out, you can't trot out Kamala Harris again. You just can't do it. And the worst part is they complain about President Trump, but they have no tangible ideas to counteract what he's doing. So they look really foolish now. I mean, the Democratic Party's in trouble. They just are.
Yeah, Gavin looks stupid on a daily basis.
You can't trot those guys out and talk about we're gonna win. You can't.
Yeah, I think I'm praying for our country, Claude, and our families. You're in New York. Definitely praying for New York because I'm not feeling Mandani, but that's another stream for another day. I just think that Donald Trump laid out some things. He spoke about DEI, getting rid of DEI, and just a lot of things that's been done. Obviously, the borders, low cost of prescription drugs, those are the things I was hoping that people would take away. And Ilhan, we cannot deny that there's been fraud in Minnesota. They've been called out for the daycare fraud, for other things. Her wealth, again, has exploded since she's been in office. She wouldn't have had that opportunity over in her own country, but you come here, you want to heckle the president, you want to gain all this wealth, and Democrats love to paint themselves as poor. They're for the poor. The Democrats in office are extremely wealthy. Gavin Newsom, wealthy, huge amounts of wealth. They are not the same as the average American sitting out here struggling to make it day by day. But the Democratic Party loves to paint this picture of, oh, we got the same struggle. No, they don't. No, they don't. They benefit from you being on government assistance. And I'm not saying that y'all on government assistance. Please don't take this the wrong way. But they benefit off of keeping people dependent on the government. All the Republican Party is, you guys, less government involvement in your life, right? Being able to live a good life. You have the right to bear arms. You have the right to protect your families. You have the right to, we believe in traditional values. That's it. We love our country. We love our neighbors. We love people. We're very loving people. I'm sure there's a lot of beautiful, I have friends that are Democrats, beautiful people, beautiful. And I have friends that are Democrats, so
It was hard for me to say Democrats.
It's not hard for me to say Democrats. I have plenty of friends that are Democrat. Plenty.
You almost choked on the word Democrat.
Right. This is not about Democrats versus Republicans. We are all in this country together.
Well, I think I will say they are. Listen, both parties are playing in our faces. I'll say that.
The Democratic Party.
Yeah, it's not even close.
The Democratic Party. I think that's very broad. People belong to a political party. It matters whether you're Republican or Democrat if you're going for office. We want to know how you voted. We want to know where you stand. It does matter. Some people are obviously rhinos. I'm not talking about them, but you do approach things differently depending on how you think. All right. Um, Democrats, the basics. What time is it? Okay.
It's 3 o'clock.
Okay, I have a few more minutes with you guys. The Democrats do feel, now this is not a dig, that the government should help people out a lot more. More white people are on food stamps than any other race. I didn't bring up race. I didn't bring up race. I didn't bring up race, did I, when I was talking about food stamps? I simply spoke about DEI. DEI, more white people have benefited from DEI programs than blacks. I feel that when you put a black face in front of a program like food stamps or whatever, we're not the ones that benefit from it the most. Those funds are always misappropriated, but then it gives people a bad look, like, oh, did this black person just get into this job or this position because they got extra points because of DEI? No, we're not the ones. Look it up. I'm not making this stuff up. Look up to see who benefits the most off of these programs. So I don't think that Donald Trump is right when he said, I think he should have been applauded. Less people are on food stamps. Now, I'm not talking about people that are handicapped, disabled, and can't work. Say the benefits for them, but people that are able-bodied need to be out there and working. Claude, do you agree with me, or am I preaching?
Oh, I totally agree with that. I mean, come on, that's just common sense as far as I'm concerned. That's, if you're able to work. I mean, it even says in the Bible, if you don't work, you don't eat, right? Why is that a joke?
I didn't say anything.
No, I was looking at the chat.
I agree with you. I do like the fact that you guys watched that debate with me. I agree with you. We don't disagree on that. Catwalk said the Democrats were more than disrespectful about their own country, the United States of America. It's sad to say that, Catwalk.
They were tonight. There's no question about it. I can't argue that. I can't argue that at all. She looked like a complete idiot out there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was going to start throwing tomatoes for a second.
And I sympathize with her when they squirted that liquid on her. I even played the video for her. But for her to disrespect Donald Trump like that, our president, I didn't like that at all. I felt I was very unprofessional, very uncouth. I know many Democrats from California that can't stand Gavin. So do I, Snoots. Mm-hmm. Another person that's gotten a lot of wealth since they've been in office.
You're not a Gavin Newsom fan, I take it.
No, I'm not. No.
Have you said one good thing about that man?
No.
At least you can admit it.
Don't even make me think that hard. The answer is no. Dear JC said, you better than me, Claude. I thought she was going to throw her flags at him. Newsom is a crook. Newsom has done so much harm to California. It is insane. And the fact that he wants to go for 2028, I think that it's just, like I said, our country is in trouble. These are dark times. If you guys are afraid of anything, you should be afraid of what's happening next. What did Donald Trump say tonight? He's not trying to cut Medicaid and Social Security benefits. He has it. That's that fear mongering that people are trying to make you believe. He's not trying to do that. And again, I'm not a Trumper. I'm not trying to push Donald Trump on you. I'm just trying to spread awareness and take away some of the fear and the lies that and the propaganda against the political right. That's what I'm trying to do.
Now, we did have a bit of a disagreement earlier, well, on my platform, because I do feel that he's only in office because Biden dropped the ball so horribly that it was easier for Trump to get a second term.
No,
you feel that he would have won regardless of what Biden did, correct?
Incorrect. The Donald Trump is in office because he is supposed to be in office. Everything happened when it was supposed to happen. Donald Trump has had the biggest political comeback in history. Even though the election was taken from him the last time, I feel that Donald Trump, we never know what God's plan is.
So
Okay?
where's the
Now, I'm
proof
not
of that?
but he didn't make it the last time, the last election. But he came as we were trying, as the Democrats was trying to push men playing in women's sports, prisoners. You guys heard the 60-minute interview with Harris when she didn't want to say it. She kept trying to laugh about it, but he pinned her down on it. She wanted Americans to pay for prisoners reassignment surgery, right? So they can have this reassignment surgery. Kids can get surgery without their parents knowing this transition surgery, and a lot of them are not liking it. They're regretting it because they were too young to make that decision. That there was going to be this painless process. America wasn't going for it. This isn't MU's thoughts. I didn't tell you guys that I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with paying for prisoners' surgeries that are locked up, but rewarding them when some Americans can't even get health care, right? That's affordable. That's what I'm saying. So Donald Trump won because America wasn't going for that. It had nothing to do with, oh, this person was poor or that person was poor. Donald Trump came, number one, I didn't like how either one, we really didn't have a choice in certain situations, right? Last election was different, but Donald Trump won because he said what the American people wanted to hear, but they're afraid to say out loud. And that's, we want our borders protected. I can prove that everyone, Republicans and Democrats, want our borders protected. Because if they didn't, Obama wouldn't have had his popularity when he was deporting illegal immigrants, when he hired Tom Homan, the same way Donald Trump hired Tom Homan to clean up the border problem. You wouldn't have pushback from Obama, but no. But for some reason, all of a sudden, Donald Trump uses the same measures. He has not deported more illegal immigrants than Obama. But he gets the, wow, he's dividing America. He's splitting up families. Nobody said that about Obama. That's all I'm saying. So that goes to show that Americans want to protect their borders. At any time that you say you're going to be in office and allow anybody to come over here, every state can be a sanctuary state. The Americans are not going to tell you. They're going to say, oh, we're going to vote for this person. But the numbers and opposed it lie. Donald Trump won every swing state for a reason. And that's because he said that he was going to protect our borders. And that's what he's doing.
Donald Trump is in office because eggs were $20 per dozen. That's why
Donald
he's in
Trump
office.
is in office because the American people did not want a liberal president. They've never wanted a liberal president. They want a strong stance against the border, and that's it.
That's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
That's a fact. It's not my opinion. It's a fact. That's what happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, if eggs weren't $20 a dozen, Joe Biden would be in office right now.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you're always going to have one bad apple in a bunch, or on platform sometimes.
Biden dropped the ball so bad, it was easy for Trump to waltz on in. He was a colossal failure. Yes, and he still was a colossal failure. Listen, I wasn't the biggest Obama fan in the world either. Obama said no to reparations. I have no respect for him. Are you serious? Don't tie me into Obama just because I'm black, people. Jeez. Obama, don't get me started with him. And Kamala Harris, please, she didn't even want to be black. She's black when it's convenient for her. She makes me sick. The Democrats are in huge trouble. Huge trouble. Vance is going to walk into the White House.
Snoop said, I can't believe I'm talking politics on YouTube. People are nice here. Thanks for being open and different views. I'm very open, and I don't want you guys to feel like like I'm judging. I'm not. Usually I'll just run a vertical, don't even tell you guys. I will just let you guys hear for yourselves. But I decided that, you know what, we could talk about some stuff. I'll build a little community here. I honestly don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. All right. Um, I'm gonna let you speak your mind, so I'm gonna speak my mind, and maybe we'll learn something, and we'll come together. Maybe.
We'll always be friends.
That sounded like a
No, I'm just saying we'll always be friends.
He wasn't gonna vote for McCain, you know. Damn, y'all, he's gonna vote for.
Sleepy Joe, yeah, he set this. Gosh,
Desha, she is not identified as Black all her life. Desha, that's not true. I live in California. She identified as
West Indian, I believe.
She did not identify as Black, which is why she said she won't do things for Black people. I live in California. I know the damage that Harris has done here.
Don't get me started with her. Did you see the 60 Minutes interview with her? It was disgusting.
Yes, I just referenced it.
No. Don't tell me she didn't say that.
She did. Absolutely.
She said, I wouldn't do anything just for Black people.
Do that again. Very good. Oh yeah, you guys. So I mean, you know,
I know you have to get ready, so I'm gonna cut this short.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I hope that you guys, Bob, I didn't know he was gonna come out with those impersonations. He even does Donald Trump. I don't like what he does, Donald Trump, but I laugh a little bit.
It's been greater than ever before. Everything I say has been greater than ever before. I had a Popeye's chicken yesterday, and that was the greatest chicken I've ever had. Please.
You got issues. You got issues. Don't do Donald Trump like that.
It's bigger and brighter than ever before.
Don't do Donald Trump like that. Whatever. Okay, I can admit it's kind of funny. We know that Donald Trump is very down. Donald Trump. Bob, what's wrong with him? Donald Trump is very down to earth, and he likes his fast food. Donald Trump is very, he's humble like that, and I love it. I love it.
The Big Mac is bigger and better than ever. The Big Mac, just like America, is back, ladies and gentlemen.
He got issues. He's got issues. What's wrong with him?
Oh gosh, he is pure comedy gold. I have to say,
He's comedy gold. He's comedy, but I feel like I feel like Donald Trump is relatable.
The big beautiful Big Mac. Who is that? That's a good one. Big beautiful Big Mac. That's a good one.
Donald Trump is so.
Oh man, that was a good one.
It was.
I just about got it out of my system now.
Thank you.
God bless America.
You guys, if I will call it on his channel, listen, I think that Donald Trump makes himself relatable. I loved when he was working at the McDonald's with people. I love that he bought the football players. He got criticized when he bought those football players, all that fast food. But you know what? That's what they like. That was a buffet. It was an array of food. I thought it was cool. Was he supposed to buy him caviar and lobster? I thought it was very cool. I think he makes himself relatable. That's why he won. He did a great job with Joe Rogan, the largest social media platform. Like, he did a great job. Donald Trump. We're not going to say that Charlie Kirk didn't have a lot with Donald Trump getting a young vote, but he makes himself relatable. I think tonight, him speaking without a teleprompter and speaking from his heart was a lot. We didn't even talk about, his stance with taking a Venezuelan president. You agree with that, right? The Venezuelan.
Absolutely. He was supposed to do that.
See, Colin,
the stopping of drug flow, I think that was huge. He had to do something about stopping the drugs at the source. I had no problem with that. Quarter pounder with cheese. Oh,
You guys didn't know that Claude did impersonations. I didn't know either.
once in a blue moon, I do them. I just haven't done them in a while. Yeah, I'll wait to do my Rick James one another time and another platform. Don't spit out the collagen water, please. Oh my God.
Watch the speech. Normally, so I watched it with you guys, but normally, like I was on my way to Bali and I watched it, Snoops, but normally I do play the streams after because I like to have that moment by myself. I think it won't be often. I'm glad you had a date night with your hubby, Snoops. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. That's so important. You know, when I hang out with my hubby, oh, let's face it, I got a hubby, but if I had one, I would have been hanging out with him too. I could manifest. I can manifest. What was I saying? I just lost my train of thought.
No comment.
Oh, I usually like to stream it after because I get so emotional during these streams. I get so emotional during these streams. Like you guys don't know, I have tears in my eyes sometimes. I wanted to. I don't want to lose my child. I did not like the outburst from the representative. I didn't like that at all. I felt the nerve of you. Okay. So I get too emotional. So I like to watch these streams at night when everybody's asleep, right? My kids are asleep and everything like that. Fantasia is in bed somewhere and I could focus on it. And that's why I play my streams after it happened. But I watched it in real time with you guys and I can't even believe you guys showed up for me. Because, you know, there were so many people streaming it and you guys showed up to my little channel. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Claude's always supportive of me. You guys support me. Catwa, there's a lot of you. Even Daisha don't like my points of views. But you know what I like about Daisha? She's not afraid to speak her mind. And she does not, I love it when you guys, you are who you are. And I feel that we have more in common than not. We all want to feel safe and protect our families, right? And by these conversations, I'm hoping that we can like understand each other or we can agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, we all live in America. Does that make sense? Kelly Ray says this, MU, hey love, I'm so disappointed at how anti-American the Democrats acted. Me too, Kelly Ray, me too. We're supposed to be first in our own country, not last. I'm so tired of serving Netanyahu's interests. Exactly, Kelly Ray, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this last one.
Trump is really, he's very fond of Netanyahu, so be careful.
Kelly Ray, I agree with you.
Fond of him.
The last thing I'm going to say about this, I'm not trying to put her on a spot. But I want you guys to understand this. When you guys stand on something, I'm not trying to change your beliefs. So I love it that you guys can come here. I'm not going to censor you. Might call you out a little bit. But I love that she will express herself and not change for MU. At the end of the day, I love Daisha. Claude usually hits my link. I don't agree with a lot of things that Claude says.
Doesn't stop me from.
Why are you looking at me? But he has the right to think how he thinks. No, I'm not going to.
It never stops me from hitting the link. I tell you that.
Did anyone of the hockey players show? The men showed up, right?
Yes, the men were there,
and
the women are supposed to come, I think, a couple of weeks after.
They claim they're busy. I love you, baby girl, and I'm proud of you, Daisha. Love you back. Kelly Ray, I hear you. The men showed up. It was a proud moment. I feel that a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people don't do politics. They don't like politics. They don't speak about politics. So some people just go along with the crowd, like, oh, we don't like Donald Trump. He's against people. He's against this. And they really don't understand. There's very few people that really take the time out to study and see what's going on in the world. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying everybody's not interested. So I feel like for hockey teams to not show up and soccer teams, and, or I said soccer, but for people not to show up, people in the Democratic Party that's major players that didn't show up, you're not making anyone look bad but yourselves. Where's the pride for this country? One thing I like about other countries is that you will respect their leader. You will respect their president. You don't get to go over there and act the fool. They will lock you up. And they won't allow everybody in. Am I lying, Claude? Am I lying?
No, you're not. I mean, other countries, you could actually lose your life for doing that. But
Exactly. And people like to call Donald Trump a dictator. They obviously don't know what a dictator is.
hey, Mr. Carruthers, how are you?
So, Donald Trump is not a dictator. He's a fair-minded human being that he is a fair-minded human being that just wants to see America restored, healthy, economy strong. Look at how they ruled against tariffs. That's another stream for another day. We'll have to talk about tariffs. You guys, we got to break it down. Tariffs.
Yeah, well, and it's costing an American family $1,700.
We're not getting into it tonight. I can't break it down for you tonight. But the Supreme Court, like, fighting Donald Trump. Donald Trump is trying to get us to buy American, protect American interests, but he's not a dictator. The Supreme Court, there's Congress, he has a lot of it, and we're not even speaking about the Federal Reserve. We give the president more power than he actually has. There's a system, right? This is a democracy. It doesn't just work with Donald Trump saying, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. He can't do that. But he's doing the best that he can, even with the amount of pushback. If Donald Trump could run a third term, he would absolutely win that third term. And the people are going to say the same thing. I don't know how he won. What happened? But secretly, they'd vote for Donald Trump. I respect you guys. See, that's right in you. I may not like the president, but I'm American first, regardless. Kelly Ray, I said that when Obama was in office. I said that under the other presidents. I'm the same way. Whether I like the commander-in-chief or not, I respect the commander-in-chief because I love America. It's about American interests. What's good, Wigs and Wine? Good morning.
You know, I don't always agree with President Trump, but when he's right, he's right. That's why he has a higher grade than Biden. I gave Biden a D, and Trump so far has a B minus.
So with Donald Trump getting such a high rating, considering that we have all the way up until F in your book, that means that you mostly agree with him than disagree.
I agree with most of his policies so far. There's a few things that I don't agree with, of course, but
like what?
The border patrol, of course, I do agree with. We've seen, to be fair, prices have gone down, especially with food. Have to be fair on that. I mean, I got tired of paying $20 for a dozen eggs. Now the eggs have gone down. I mean, I can get 2 dozen for $5.
Yeah.
Listen, I could have given Biden that.
You live in an expensive state, so for you to say the cost of groceries have gone down,
An expensive state and an expensive city. New York City is not for the faint of heart or the light in the wallet.
Exactly. But I'm praying for New York, and I'm praying for
We'll be fine.
What?
No, I said we'll be fine. We're resilient. New Yorkers are very resilient. We survived Giuliani. We survived we'll be fine with this guy. It doesn't matter. We survived de Blasio, for crying out loud. We survived Eric Adams. We'll be fine.
Okay. Okay.
You better
Just gonna,
hope we are, because if New York is in trouble, that means the nation's in trouble. We are still the financial capital of the world. Am I wrong? Did I say something wrong?
I'm just listening. That's my listening look. When I'm like this, I'm just listening.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's your listening look, or you like my smile look?
I'm listening to what you're saying because a lot of times I have to slow myself down and make sure that I am listening to understand and not to respond. I do that anyway. But I have my opinions about New York, but that wasn't my stream for tonight. I'll have to save it. I think that Mondani promised a lot of things that he cannot deliver. And that is a fact because nothing is free. And that's where we are. He's right in the same boat as this one in my title. So, so again, I'm going to keep praying. I want people to realize that there is nothing free. The money comes from somewhere. And I saw that video with Mandani where their blacks were like, we voted for you. You know what I mean? And they were very disappointed because he sold something that he cannot deliver on. There is nothing free.
Well, I always said that he would have some pushback. I told you from the beginning he would have pushback from the governor, and that a lot of things he probably wouldn't be able to push through. But
Melissa, good
again,
morning.
that's why I said we'll see. Hey, Melissa Adams, how are you? It will be an interesting.
Facts,
Listen,
Melissa.
as I said, I agree with you with that. I mean, Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
I can't take that woman. I can't believe that the Democrats. That's how you know that the Democrats are in trouble. I mean, she failed the first time. Now you're going to talk about trotting her out another time? You can't do it. Can't do it.
I think that I mean, she hinted towards running for 2028. I again do not believe that Democrats are going to push her through as their candidate. I feel that they're going to do Newsom. I think that even though I don't like Newsom at all because of the devastation he's left in California, he's going to be a stronger candidate than Harris. She really dropped the ball last election. I don't feel that Democrats are going to push her through. Not when they have Golden Boy in their eyes, Newsom.
I don't think either one of them are good enough.
But I feel that that's who the Democratic Party is going to push through, though. That's my opinion. But
then we're in trouble.
Newsom is their guy, right, Kelly Ray?
That's hello.
Guy. Hey, Mr. Carruthers, how are you?
Hey, MU.
Hi.
How are you guys doing? I see you're in your lovely spot, having fun. Trying to get Uncle Claude to change over the whole Trump, not half Trump. You want a whole Trumper.
No, I can't do that.
I know you can't. I know you can't. You know what? I came up here because it was kind of funny listening to what you were saying about the economy and how great it is and everything else. Let's face it, the prices in different states are real different as far as it goes food-wise and everything else. Now, where you live out there in California, MU, the price, I'm quite sure, of a steak is different in the city of New York and also here in Missouri. The cost of living, though, regardless to what state you live in, has gone up. So how do you attribute it that?
Number one, I didn't say that the economy was at its best. I said it was, Claude actually brought the economy and said it was better and talked about the price of eggs. I buy steak all the time for my family. I'm living in California. I'm doing fine. A lot of people are doing fine. If you want to make it in a country or in a state, you will. You'll find a way.
You say make it in a country or a state. Okay, the logic. I'm just gonna have to break the mold. do you realize that a lot of people in California aren't as, I'm going to say the word rich or well off to do as you are? Do you realize that?
Wait a minute.
I'm trying to show you the economy part of
I
it.
struggle every day
But
to make ends
make ends meet.
Yeah, of course I do. I struggle.
Okay. So what is he doing so great for you that you're not having to struggle to make ends meet?
Wait a minute. It's my responsibility to take care of my household and my family.
That's not, see, you're saying that you have to struggle to make ends meet.
I get up, I do what I gotta do. I make sure that my kids.
But I'm asking you, what has Trump done for you to make things easier that you don't have to struggle?
Donald Trump is doing what he has to do for America as a whole. I don't ask what can Donald Trump do for my country. I ask what can I do for my country, which is exactly why I went to the military. I do not sit around and wait for somebody to give me something. I go out and I get it. No one is going to come and save you. They should not. I am a capitalist. I am not a socialist. America cannot survive off of being a socialist country. The money has to come from somewhere. And like I said, I get up and I do what I have to do, and I live a beautiful life. I do well. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna kid you guys and be like I'm out here starving and struggling. That's not what I mean by struggle. But I go to school still. I do everything I'm supposed to do, but it's not about me as a person. I'm an individual. I'm talking about the country as a whole. And we got to take ourselves out of the equation a lot of times. You got to take yourself out of the equation. We are not the bigger picture. You got to think about the other person, the exception, because in that case, people could say, oh, look at Oprah. She's a rich black woman. No. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about the country as a whole.
So the country as a whole, you think that
I should be president.
He's pulling it together.
I should be president. You know why? Because I know how to speak to the people and get you guys to understand something. No.
You're not. Here's one thing that you can't do, misunderstood. You can't change my mind about a
I'm not trying to change your mind, but you're trying to come up here and change my mind. So, you're not even on subject, Mr. Crothers. You're way off subject. Listen. We were talking about.
Okay, what did you think about Omar and Trump going back and forth? That was a subject, right?
I thought it was absolutely disgusting. I thought it was a poor excuse for a representative that should not have
representative. Happened. So what about the president of the United States going back and forth with her?
She started with him.
It doesn't matter who started it. See, that's what I'm saying. It's always about who starts something. The person that's supposed to be dignified, if you're supposed to be dignified in this country.
I just don't understand. You can only do so much. Donald Trump tried his best. He's in the middle of giving praises and talking and getting through his speech, and he has a heckler. No representative should be a heckler.
You know what? He should be over in England where the parliaments do a lot of heckling. I don't think he could stand it. He couldn't stand it. And let's face it, if you watch politics all over the world, you can't agree that their parliamentary procedures and Congress, or whatever you want to call them, is not like the United States. So when things change, when people are tired of hearing rhetoric, why can't they speak up? Yeah, you want to say she started it, but him as a man, as a leader of this country, shouldn't he have dignified himself and said, you look what, I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm going to finish my speech. That's it.
No, it was disgusting. She never should have done it. You have got elected. No, I see why she's not a senator. Okay, she's a representative. No, nothing wrong with being a representative, but let's face it. She needs to worry about the fraud in Minnesota. Clean up Minnesota before you go trying to point fingers. That was very unprofessional. She made herself look foolish. She made herself look emotional. You need to check your emotions before you can lead anybody's country, okay? So Donald Trump, put her in his place the way Donald that Donald Trump does.
Yeah.
She got so
arrogant, womanizing, don't care about women.
Let me finish my thought, and I'll give you the floor. Donald Trump was in the middle of his speech. Regardless if we like it or not, there's a time for you to speak. She could have did a press conference. So she was 100% in the wrong. And when you do something wrong, you can't be upset at how the other person responds.
Okay, so if he, like he says, if he can go out there and grab him by the puss in the middle of New York, then that's okay.
Monetized channel. Please don't use that language. I got monetized channel.
I didn't say the word.
You
I
cannot
said,
compare.
all right, let's not worry. Okay. Let's look at what Donald Trump has done to this woman. Even before then.
You have got to let me finish my thought. What's wrong with you? Are you
okay? Finish him. I'll be on mute until you finish, and let me know when you finish.
I'll on mute, and then that way I can hear you out. I want to hear you. Okay. Wow. You can't compare something outrageous and say, "Oh, this is okay," because you're saying this is okay. That's a false correlation. Donald Trump was in the middle of a speech. He was given that time to speak. It was not for the representative to disrespect him, to heckle him, and to embarrass herself like that. It wasn't. It was very disrespectful. And that's what I'm saying. Donald Trump didn't address her. She addressed Donald Trump, and Donald Trump responded. She chose to heckle him, and he responded. And I felt he didn't call her out of her name. She accused him of unaliving Americans. He didn't unalive any Americans. She slandered him and lied on him. How dare she do that? And putting false allegations on the commander-in-chief when you're just a representative and he holds the highest position in office, shame on you. And it made her look bad. And it showed that, no, there's a lot of people that's here that don't really believe that they're American. Just taking up space, loving the benefits here. That's what they're doing. And Donald Trump called it out. I think he struck a nerve because of all that stuff surrounding her and the Somalians and some of this fraud that's happening in Minnesota. Why does she have to speak out of everybody else there? She could have just responded. She could have did what the Virginian governor did, responded after. She responded to Donald Trump after. I didn't like what she said, but it was respectful. Her speech wasn't respectful, but she didn't interrupt him. She spoke uninterrupted, as she has the right to do. But interrupting a speech in front of the world makes you look bad. It doesn't make him look bad. Now I'll go on mute.
Okay, we're going to talk about policies of being nicey to a person, to when he has talked about this woman's family, said that she should go back to where she came from and all this stuff, even before he was president, even after he became president, he talked about her and her family. So does it make him any more dignified that he tells a senator or representative of this country that was duly elected that they should not be in office, period? Even though she passed all the qualifications, she's not a dumb woman. And that's another thing. She's a woman. She's a woman. And anytime you see a man sit up there and try to undignify a woman, yeah, I know, I heard him too. Undignify a woman and her family, you know.
Let me remind you guys, this is what he's protecting. This mess.
See, I thought you were going to let me talk. Well, never mind. I'll go on mute. You try to show women in a bad light here. You're trying to say women can't say anything. They shouldn't say anything when they feel their life is in jeopardy. Go ahead.
You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact.
He's not talking to her.
For public officials.
What's wrong with her?
The removal of criminal aliens.
What's wrong with her, y'all?
Drug lords, murderers all over our country. They're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed.
She's trying to incite a riot. She's trying to incite a riot.
Oh, come on, misunderstood. Will you stop?
Stop what?
What did he do January 6th?
Stay on subject.
No, you stay on subject. You say she's trying to start a riot.
The American people still stood with Donald Trump.
And you know what? This is so unfair. You throw your phone up and you want people, you don't want people to speak. You want them to listen to everything that you're showing me. But what I'm seeing is a man still not being dignified as the president of the United States. There comes a decorum. there comes dignity with that seat. I don't care who's acting up out in the audience or what they do. He should be man enough to respect that and hold that office. Now, if you say that's what he's doing, being dignified, talking about a woman, getting back at a woman all the time, slamming a woman, then good for you. I'll go on mute.
Donald Trump was heckled as he's speaking about why do we shouldn't have sanctuary states in the United States. Why did that offend her? She should have held her peace. She could have waited to respond and be respectful. She never would have done that in the country that she comes from. And people take advantage here, and it was not okay. She's starting to say she lied, saying that he unalived Americans. Donald Trump didn't unalive anybody. No one. And she started lying. It was that easy for her to lie on Donald Trump. Okay, and throw some emotional tension. Let me tell you something. I have a problem with people that can't handle their emotions in public, and you're trying to run this country. You got to keep your emotions in check. I have a problem with that. But I have a bigger problem with the lie that she spread to stir up a riot. Oh, he's killing he's doing these things to America. Stop it. You're doing something to America. Clean up the fraud in Minnesota before you point the finger at somebody else. I'll go on mute. How dare people try to make it seem as she's this victim? If I go and curse you guys out, you're going to curse me out. I don't get to say, oh my goodness, look at how you responded to me. No. If you're speaking on some big platform, an honor to do that, I'm not about to draw attention to myself because you struck a nerve. Donald Trump struck a nerve because how did she get so wealthy in office that short amount of time? Worth over $40 million. But then she wants to pretend that she's for the people and she's as poor as the average person out there or middle class or whatever. No, no, no. They try to paint this picture like I'm for the people as long as it's padding their pockets. That's it. That's all. Donald Trump doesn't even take a salary for for being in office. He doesn't take his presidential salary. Nobody wants to talk about that. But she's accepting her salary and then some, which is why her and her husband is being investigated.
There is no way that I'm going to believe that Donald Trump is not accepting a salary for being president.
Would it be called out? He's not. He's not.
Okay, well, give me the proof. Show me the proof. Show me his records. He wouldn't even show his income tax forms when he became president the first time.
And that's very humbly.
It's in the past that have done that.
Humble.
Now, you see, that's what I'm saying. The richer get richer and the poorer get poorer.
He's not taking money out of your pocket.
Well, the heck he isn't. What about the health care for people?
Donald Trump is not taking money out of your pocket.
Okay.
He hasn't stolen money, Daisha. And it's funny that you're so focused on Donald Trump.
It's on record here. That's all I'm saying. It's on record. It's on record. And like I said, if people would do their due diligence instead of trying to go along with the crowd, you should be able to speak out what you feel without somebody else grabbing a whole bunch of rigmarole others and trying to cut you down. I'm always going to be against Donald Trump because the country is more divided. It's always been divided, but it's more divided now. Uncle Claude, wake up.
I'm wide awake, sir.
I know that. And you ain't said a word in the last 20 minutes. So no.
Because you were talking. Y'all both were talking.
Okay. Now, what's your
only coming live for like 45 minutes tonight?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so much for that. I told you I wasn't going to make it. And remember, I tried to get off earlier. I said I knew that you had to.
I was like, bye. Exactly, Catwalk. It's a nothing burger. It's not going along with the crowd. It's about saving the Christian populace. And being a Christian, standing for, I would not stand. What?
No, I say, here we go. Bringing religion into politics. I thought they were supposed to be separate.
I was talking about myself. It's not separate. A lot of Republicans are Christian. That's why we stand on Christian values. And
yes, so was the Ku Klux Klan, dear.
I'm sorry?
So was the Ku Klux Klan. A lot of them were Christians.
Which is what that's the Democratic Party. I'm with the Republicans.
Well, now, if you want to say the Ku Klux Klan, if you say it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
It matters. It doesn't matter.
Democrat or Republicans,
the Klan
the
is not
Ku Klux
Republican.
Klan were Christians.
The Democrats started that because they were not ready for blacks to have rights and to keep black folks in their place. The Republicans started to fight the KKK and to defend the rights of black people. So I find it very offensive how you guys are acting as if the Republicans are against people. They're against this, they're against that. Listen, a lot of us are Christian. So it was only right to fight the Klan. But that's another subject for another day. I prefer to stay on subject because then I go down that rabbit hole. Y'all are mad. You'd be like, oh, don't talk about the Democrats. Well, we have a racist history.
Boy, it amazes me how we try to whitewash over the stuff that Donald Trump has done and has been convicted of because
no, he has not. Stu Balls, I'm trying to tell them. They want to talk so bad about Donald Trump. And let me say something. I find it problematic that I showed you guys a clip of I showed you guys clips of Newsom. I showed you guys clips of him and his racial rhetoric towards blacks. Did I not post that on my community wall? Claude, you gonna act like you didn't see my community wall? I did. But there's always excuse after excuse. And people want to say, what about Donald Trump? Mr. Carruthers, just my thoughts, got so caught up in his argument that he brought up the Klan. See, that's that fear-mongering thing that I'm talking about. The Klan has nothing to do with the Republican Party unless you want to say that the Republican Party...
Well, if you don't believe the Klan exists no more,
nobody wants to talk about things when it happens from the left, but you want to try to demonize the right. That's not going to work. That's not going to work.
Well, show me everything that he's done right on the right.
No. That's not even a subject for the street. I can spend all day talking about the things that Donald Trump has done for the country. The problem is, if you're intent on looking at, wait a minute, no matter what I say to people, some people that are from the left, they're going to find fault in whatever I say, and they're going to make false correlations. I know that from our conversation. I'm saying one thing to you, and you're going down this whole other rabbit hole to distract from what's happening in the country today. I'm not trying to convince you to like Donald Trump, but I am going to speak about policies.
So, what's happening with inflation now? Uncle Claude.
I think I can hold on.
I'm waiting.
I actually mentioned before how eggs has went down because remember we were paying $20 for eggs earlier. It was ridiculous. Now I can find 2 dozen eggs for $5. That's a huge deal.
Huge.
The price of gas has gone down. I mean, the facts are the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When Biden did drop the ball here. He really did.
That's in states, and I gotta say that has a higher rate of inflation or a higher rate of cost of living. Do you realize that even eggs here in Missouri, they didn't get up to that ridiculous $20 I'll prove it to you too. Right now, you can get 60 eggs for $9. That's always been a bargain here. Now, when they went up to $21, I guarantee you people quit buying them. You see what I'm saying? They quit buying them. But even our gas has always been the highest it's ever been. During all this stuff was $3.14 a gallon. In some places, $3.45. But that's because of price gouging, and you got some people that want to make that little extra buck. But like I said, it's in the state in which you live. It's the things that you buy every day that you look at normally.
You never bought eggs every day, Mr. Carruthers?
No, sir. Why do I need eggs every day? I'm a single man. What I need with eggs every day? I don't eat eggs every day. It's not good for you every day. Something that
nothing's good for you every day.
All right then. So why would I buy eggs every day?
Okay, maybe I said it wrong. Hold on, you haven't bought eggs at least twice a week.
No, I buy eggs once a month because I don't use eggs that much. Really, I buy 2 dozens of eggs once a month, and that'll last me. I'm a single guy. I don't have families to feed. Okay, I don't have 4 or 5 mouths running around the house to feed them every day. I'm alone. Get that? A lot of people are like that. Some people got families. They have to buy those dozens and dozens of eggs every week. I don't have to do that. So it doesn't cost me as much as it would cost you or MU or anybody else that has a big family.
God bless you.
No, God has blessed me to be able to use some common sense. Why would I buy 5 dozen of eggs and I'm by myself? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, see, it's different for you, like you said.
Right. That's my whole point. Things are different for different people. Even their rent is different. Even their rent is different from state to state. Property values are different.
You don't need to tell me in New York City, believe me.
So that's what I'm looking at, the logic behind everything being so wonderful right now, but you still have people complaining and struggling about prices of food, prices of gas, prices of rent, and healthcare.
Be careful. I didn't say everything was wonderful. Be careful. I did not say that. Not one time did I say everything was wonderful.
Okay.
Don't put words in my mouth, sir.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I want to hear it come from your mouth. That's all. That's all.
I never said everything was wonderful. I said that there were certain things that I agreed with that he did. And it was,
well, let me know what you don't agree with. I would like to hear from you as a man what you don't agree with.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. What you don't agree with him about him. That's all.
Well, him trying to whitewash our history away for one, but I digress.
We're not this is not about to be some bash Donald Trump.
See?
Is he not?
I'm pretty much good on the conversation. Listen,
you see,
trying to whitewash anybody's history away. I'm not even going to agree with that right now. We can do, if you guys want that to be a subject, I have no problem fighting up a live stream about just that. If we can talk about it.
Make sure you bring up what he's done in Philadelphia.
Take away from the fact on Ilhan Omar. So let's just talk about everything and try to. No.
He asked me a question. I answered it.
Ilhan Omar.
I wasn't bashing. I'm stating a fact.
And it's not my fault that you guys want to bring something else up. Like I said, I have no problem firing up a live stream about that.
But you know what? One thing I will say. You don't mind a man bashing a woman, and just because she spoke out against his policy,
he didn't call her out her name. See, there you go.
No. Just you won't let me finish now. So you want
she spoke, and he
as a man that's supposed to be a dignitary of this country, of the highest office. He fell back into the same old rhetoric about talking about people. Period.
Donald Trump responded, and if she didn't want a response, then she shouldn't have started with him. Period.
Well, you see what I'm saying? That's freedom of speech is trying to be covered here with everything that you're saying right now. If you don't want a response, why would you speak out on something?
That's ridiculous to say if he didn't want a response. He was delivering the speech, so he has to speak. She interrupted it. He corrected it. As he should have. I really don't understand your problem today. I don't understand it.
The problem is I can speak up and be truthful about myself. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything.
He's talking about sanctuary states that a lot of people don't
even in his speech he lied.
We can't talk in sense. Okay, go ahead. I just feel that you're very emotional. It shouldn't be.
Okay, he took one fact of history. He took one fact of history and blatantly lied about it. Do you know what that was?
You're having trouble staying on subject.
Oh man,
that's not a big problem. That's your problem.
You don't want to go over the speech itself, but you want to go over her and him getting to it during the speech.
You guys, this is a good example. Well, I'm not going to be rude. I'll say it when he's down on the panel.
All I'm asking you, MU, do you know the facts about the base, that the military base he spoke of?
And which point? There's so many things that he spoke of. You got to be more specific.
Well, the renaming of the base.
You see my title, right? That's how I was talking
okay, never mind. Forget it. You know what? I'll do.
I'm not trying to silence you, Mr. Carruthers. I just want to say this because I don't want you to feel disrespected. I'm not disrespecting you.
Never mind.
No, I'm not trying to disrespect you, but I just want to say this. I hear your points, and I know that there's things that you don't like. But all I'm saying is, regardless if we like someone or not, I don't feel that the time to interrupt them is in the middle of their speech as they're delivering their speech. All I'm saying is, you could wait until after and respond the right way. That's all I'm saying.
But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way, did it?
And she got what she got.
And he got what he got.
He came out fine. America stood for him.
No, I disagree on that wholeheartedly. 100%.
I showed it. America stood for him. I showed it.
Yeah, you showed the Republicans, but this is the first time in a long time that I can remember the House being half empty before he even got there and half empty when he was walking out. Now, can you say something about that?
Donald Trump delivered an amazing speech. Donald Trump made Americans proud tonight. You're always going to have a few angry from the left. That is okay because Donald Trump spoke against sanctuary cities.
Sanctuary cities, which there have been sanctuary cities.
Hold on. As a whole, America stood proud. Donald Trump did an amazing job with the teleprompter. Donald Trump talked about so many things tonight, and it's pretty sad that the representative decided to have a moment to put the spotlight on her, right? Just like she did a few weeks ago. She has so much going on in Minnesota that she needs to be speaking out about instead of worrying about what Donald Trump is saying about sanctuary states that shouldn't even exist in the first place. Why are you going to protect an illegal immigrant that came here and say that they can't be prosecuted? The nerve of you. He had every right to speak against that. America is tired. They may not say it publicly because of cancel culture, and that's sad. That's sad. Donald Trump didn't say anything wrong, but what did she say? That representative lied and said that he unalived Americans. That's what she said, and that's a lie. Show me one person.
Wait a minute, Hank. Wait a minute.
Now you're doing like Ihan.
Wait a minute. I'm just asking a question.
Ihan Omar me. I didn't finish my thought. Donald Trump didn't take anybody's life. And that's the claim, because she was trying to stir up a riot and cause division. And the joke was on her. She looks bad, not Donald Trump. Donald Trump isn't orange.
So do you not admit there were American citizens killed or unalive? Were not American citizens unalive?
Her accusation was that Donald Trump did it. And he did not.
Well, the way I look at it.
And out of all the protesters, you want to talk about the one. I'm not about to make the stream about Renee Good or anybody else. May they rest in peace. But what I am going to say is she wrongly accused Donald Trump. She wrongly accused him. Because that's a lie. Tell me one person whose life Donald Trump took. You can't.
You know what? I'm not going to put myself on the record said he did something to somebody when it's already been found out that he's done something to people, and they still uphold him.
She did not.
They still.
And I think this is a great example of people making up their own history and their own facts.
how is
I
making up? How is wait a minute?
This propaganda, and then they get upset at the conservatives. It's like, wait a minute, that's not true. We're not gonna let you ruin our country. We're not gonna let you spread these lies. We're gonna stand in truth and facts and leave our emotions out of it.
Okay. Like I said, I've seen a lot of history in my lifetime, and this is the worst part of history that I can ever remember, that a so-called dignitary of this country acts the way he does and says the things he does, and to try to put himself up as a martyr or king or whatever you want to call him and all that stuff. I've even seen people Trump for 2028. Do you know that there's a constitution that says he can't run again for president? My goodness. All this wishful thinking.
I love the fact that we can have these healthy conversations and exchanges. I feel so much pride saying that I'm American. I feel so much pride just speaking up for our country. If Donald Trump wasn't the commander-in-chief, I would still be speaking up for this country, talking about what's going on in this country. So I love the fact that we can have these conversations. I would love to see more people want to come together. I want this country divided. And by the things that some of you are saying tonight, makes me think that some people are intent on causing chaos and division. And
let me speak to your audience right quick. Damage. I am not a troll. Understand that. Okay. You say you're not going to say anything about me. You're welcome to say anything you want to about me, but don't throw up the word troll to me, because to me you are a troll. All right. Thank you.
Damage is not a troll. Damage is not a troll. Listen.
Look, anytime a person gets on your platform and tries to downgrade a person or talk about a person or start rhetoric or bullcrap, they're a troll, especially when they're typing. Be a man or a woman and get up here and speak out. Okay, that's all. That's all I'm saying about it.
I just wanted to share my thoughts about Ihan, and I feel that you guys have got to agree that it was inappropriate, regardless if you like Donald Trump or not, to speak out like that and to yell at him and heckle him in the middle of his address was just poor behavior. And again, instead of
apologies to them.
I already showed you guys clips on what was happening in Minnesota. I showed you guys clips on the fraud. I can show you guys clips all day on it. You don't have to listen to me. I can show you what's happening with her record. I can show you the investigation with her husband. I can show you what's happening with the scandal and the fraud in Minnesota, and a lot of it under her. I can show you.
Yeah. And apologies to the chat again. Damage.
Hi, Terry.
They said that Sarah wasn't calling you a troll, which I know Sarah wasn't calling me a troll. They were saying that I was saying you don't understand when someone's trolling, like President Trump running in 2028. Well, yeah, if you want to call that trolling, but to me, that's very, very asinine. And if they knew the laws and the Constitution, they know Trump couldn't run again in 2028, period. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. So apologies to the chat. But one thing I will say though, and let me say this. When I asked you about stuff, like he lied about Fort Bragg's. That's all I'm saying. If you look it up, you'll see why Fort Bragg's name was changed. That was back in 2024. And what they decided to do now with it. Why they turned it back.
Thank God he changed it. Like the Gulf of America is now the Gulf of America.
But MU, the Kennedy Center has been the Kennedy Center for how many years? And all of a sudden it's the Trump Kennedy Center. Come on. Forget it. Yeah, kids are confused enough in learning stuff at school. Now all of a sudden the Gulf of Mexico is now the Gulf of America. And when kids grew up, they even you thought it was the Gulf of Mexico, but now you want to accept it because he said so. Okay, that's cool.
It should be the Gulf of America. Look at how much. Look at It should be. Should be. Let me tell you something. I think that again, I would like to rewatch, and I'll do it on my own time. That speech from Donald Trump. I really wish they could edit out Ihan Omar, and you guys can let me know if you thought that what she did tonight was appropriate. I disagree with it, and I felt that it was poor sportsmanship. I mean, a lot of us don't like things that are being said, but there's a time and a place, and to just have that outrageous outburst that she displayed tonight was very insane, and it was a bad look on her. No representative should do that. None.
Oh, well, that's your opinion. I got my opinion. I agree to disagree with you, and that's that.
Okay. And you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to my facts. So when a representative
and I asked you to look up a fact. I asked you to look up a fact about him making a statement about Fort Bragg. That's all I'm asking. Why was it changed, the name changed, and why did they revert it back to Fort Bragg again? That's all. That's all. He wants to take credit for that, though. No, he didn't do that. He didn't do it.
What about some of the things that Donald Trump did talk about? Trump accounts. What about that?
Trump account? What Trump account? Do you have a Trump account?
I'm not 10.
What? You have to be 10 years old to get a Trump account? That's what you're saying?
Yes. So
Oh, no. Well, you know what? I don't agree. I don't agree.
You can't not agree with something that you don't even know what it is.
What is it about, Miss MU? The Trump account, exactly. What does it do? Who does it benefit?
Under the age of 10, whose households do not earn or combined income of $150,000 a year, put $1,000 into their account. By the time that they're 18, it should accumulate interest, and maybe it'd be about $180,000. I don't have all of those details yet, but starting each kid out with $1,000 from birth under the age of 10, those are Trump accounts. All the parent has to do is sign up for it. There's no scam. There's no gimmick. The money was donated, and each kid under the age of 10 is start off with $1,000, and that money can accumulate in interest, and they can have a substantial amount by the time they're 18. What about that?
To me, that sounds like some stuff when China was doing when they were paying women not to have.
That tells me right there all I need to know. No matter what.
It's not all you need to know, because some of this rhetoric, some of the stuff that he's doing is communistic.
Let me finish my thought. They said that's not true. No matter what a person says, some people are going to argue with it no matter what. They're going to argue with it. Let this be a Democratic president that's like, we're going to start each kid out with $1,000. They will applaud it, but because it's Donald Trump, it's this and that, it's that. It's always excuses on why something won't work instead of saying how it can work. So a lot of you are part of the problem. And I don't mean to sound judgmental, but but I find it interesting. Now, there's some things that I don't know. You want to know what I'm going to say? I don't know. I need to research more about it, and I could do a stream about it later. But what I'm not going to do is make a judgment on something I don't know. And I just told you what it was, and you want to compare it to being a communist in China? You're comparing apples to oranges.
Okay, we'll see how the crap works out, because I've never known a president. I've never known a president that wants to start his own banking account with children.
He's not starting his own banking account. He's not starting his own banking account. He had.
Well, why is his name on it? Why is his name on it?
These are for the kids. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Why is his name on it then?
There has to be, just because it hasn't been done before, it doesn't mean it shouldn't be done. If we're talking about change, we're talking about things for the better.
I asked one simple question. Why is his name on it?
Because the Donald Trump didn't want his name on it. They chose to call it Trump account because it happened during his presidency. Okay. At the end of the day, who cares? It gives these kids a chance to have a generational wealth. It gives these kids a real chance to have a future, not depending on the government to save them. Their own wealth, where they can pass this wealth down to their kids. Are you okay?
No, are you okay?
Claude, you better get him.
No, don't. Hey, no, don't be trying to. No, because Claude busy napping. You know, he missed the good stuff. You know, and he don't know what to come
You
back
better
with.
get your friend, Claude. Get your friend. I'm over here preaching. Like 45 minutes. I needed to talk about.
I'm not in it.
Tonight. Got me over here.
Come on, Claude.
That's you two clashing now. I didn't get any help when
I'm not clashing with her. I'm just disagreeing. You know,
Yeah,
I asked simple questions about simple things about his speech tonight, and I wrote down a couple of things that he really falsehood about, especially for it brags. You see what I'm saying? Look that up and find out. Why did he say he did that? He didn't do that. No, he didn't.
All the things that he talks about, that's what got you all riled up. Listen what that means.
It's a lie regardless. It's a lie regardless. It's a lie regardless.
Oh, but you want to skip over Omar.
I'm not skipping over Omar. We talked about Omar. I said freedom of speech is not welcome in the chamber. Freedom of speech regardless. Yelling out is not supposed to be diplomatic. No, it's not supposed to be diplomatic. But when people are upset and when a person has ridiculed you, even when you haven't said anything about them, they're going to lash out and speak out.
Y'all see why I do verticals? It's hard to listen to. Omar was wrong, period. She was wrong. Damage said, don't let them off the hook, MU. We got a lot of people out here complaining and don't keep up with it or understand what's happening. That's right, Damage. That's my problem.
Oh,
now,
Lord.
Let me ask you this, Carruthers. Let me ask you this. Just my thoughts as Mr. Carruthers, if you guys didn't know. Has Donald Trump personally taken anybody's life? This is just yes or no.
I don't know. I can't say yes and I can't say no because I don't know what Donald Trump did in his younger days.
Let me answer. The answer is no. So if somebody comes and says that you unalived a lot of Americans, that would be called a lie. So she lied on him. She told a bold lie, a bold-faced lie. So if you want to talk about liars, the only liar in that conversation was her in that moment.
In that moment. But he also went on.
I'm not done. She chose to slander Donald Trump. She interrupted his speech. She felt triggered when he spoke about sanctuary states. Sanctuary states that protect illegal immigrants and says that they don't have to be prosecuted, they can hide in our state. We're going to fund them. We're going to take care of them. We're going to take care of their health needs and all of that stuff that costs that state, right? It puts that state further and further into debt, taking care of that illegal immigrant. When Donald Trump is like, no, we need to use these resources for people that are citizens here. Why did she get so upset? And I played a video earlier, for those of you that missed it, on Ihan Omar's wealth since she's got into office. How did she suddenly accumulate $40 million more dollars? There's questions there. So I'm wondering if the heckling was really about taking the attention off of her and distracting Donald Trump from what Donald Trump was talking about. There was no reason for her to get offended. He didn't call her out. He wasn't thinking about her. She chose to take it personal and make a fool of herself in that moment. But she showed exactly what her true colors were. She feels that she can interrupt whatever speech, do whatever she wants, and everybody should be okay with it. No, people are not okay with it. They were not okay.
The Republican side wasn't okay.
Didn't she marry her brother, Eric? There's a lot of things that's going on. A lot of things that's going on. He didn't take anybody's life. Name one person whose life he took. Name one person. No, they didn't. Catwalk. Oh, we care about the children account for Trump. No, they didn't want. These Democrats want their plantations children benefit from them. Catwalk. Talk about it. Talk about it. Why not be independently wealthy? That's what these Trump accounts would do. So they're not depending on anyone. I don't want to depend on anyone. I'd rather starve than have somebody take care of me unless I was physically unable to take care of myself. I'm not worried about Twitter, Daisha. I'm worried about what's happening in the country. The people that follow the crowd.
Well, see, that's one thing I won't do. I won't follow the crowd. I don't give a darn what they think about me or anything
You
else.
kind of are following the crowd, especially when you're so quick to dismiss something without even knowing the
No.
facts.
You're quick to dismiss. You are quick to dismiss other
Donald
people
Trump.
that don't agree with you.
I'm not dismissing you. I have been so patient, so patient.
And I ask you that question once again. Did you look up Fort Bragg's, the story about Fort Bragg's?
I mean, know the story about Fort Bragg. I don't need to look it up. I think
Oh,
that
okay. All right. That has a part to do with Black history if you don't really know it.
you know,
I have anything to say that.
now Claude wakes up. Claude.
There we go. Like, stop it. I was quiet. You being quiet and being the stop it.
Hey, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, Uncle Claude. I got muted already, so at least you're sleeping through it.
I wasn't sleeping through it.
I don't
Because
like
I'm
the race
quiet.
card being pulled. There's no reason to pull the race card right at that moment.
I'm a patient man.
I do not have a problem with names being changed. Okay. I feel that there's bigger things for me to worry about. I'm not going to say I agree. I'm not going to say I disagree. There's bigger things for me to worry about than that.
I will say so much for 45 minutes.
Well, you know, it's always.
Wait a minute. See, they show. Not only did he that shows how much you guys listen to me. Not only did he acknowledge Black History Month, he had a whole ceremony about it. I played it. I streamed it.
When? Where?
We had a beautiful.
When?
He had a beautiful ceremony. Claude, when you hear when I played
That
the
was
stream,
last week.
he had a beautiful ceremony about Black History Month. Beautiful. It was powerful.
Oh.
We had Black grandma speaking about Donald Trump and what he's done for her life. She gave him a hug. She goes,
Yeah, he did. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that. You know what? I'm not gonna comment on that.
Of course not, because it goes against the narrative that you're trying to spread.
No, it's not a narrative. I mean, there's some people that still love slave masters. Okay.
It has nothing to do. Oh, now it really, it was an AI day show. This happened.
She said it was AI.
No. Hey, you know what? There was an interesting thing that came over on another news thing that I was reading while the speech was going on. Somebody was talking about, he had already got ASS, you know, he already got knocked off before even the speech was done. That's crazy. You see how I'm saying? The news media switches things around, how they post stuff up that's not true.
Mercy. Let me help y'all out.
But first, breaking tonight, President Trump's press secretary table.
Hold on.
People are going to see.
I got you right here. Donald Trump put. Oh wait, I was racist. Donald Trump did an amazing job. Wait, where'd you guys go?
I don't know. We're still here. You always do that.
Let's go. Wait a minute.
Like to do that.
She always does that. You know, that's the you know, that's to take away your thought training. But no, it don't work that way.
I'm not gonna take away your thoughts. Hold on, let me go on mute. Go ahead, you guys. Yeah, that bitch.
Oh my goodness.
I'm waiting on you now.
I'll tell you, these short live streams, I tell you.
Hold on, you guys. Hold on, I got you.
Now, you know, the live streams aren't never short. We're having a good conversation now. You know, even when oh, there we go with the phone again. Go ahead, show it.
Donald Trump is not for Black America. No tax on tips has been an amazing blessing for me. President Trump has been an amazing blessing for me. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody. Hold the man's back. Let him do his job. President Trump
propaganda again. I wonder how much they were paid to come to the White House. I really do. I really do.
Not enough those wigs.
I'm trying to put Black women down, Claude. Dare try to put that lady down on.
He wasn't putting her down. He just noted something. That's all. He wasn't.
I noted three things.
Yeah.
He feels about Black Americans.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's have a moment. Since it is February, I do this for Black History Month.
40,000, and that number is low. Over 40,000 individuals have come home to their families early. And you know, many of those were Black Americans who had no hope. This president right here, as you look out upon this sea of Black Americans.
You asked for it.
This president hears you. This president cares for you. Don't let anyone tell you that this president right here, Donald Trump, is not for Black America, because he is. I'm standing here today as a testament.
Like I said,
Don't be like
Ihan. Like this, I don't know if there ever will be before. But I worked with him in his first term, and I'm proud to now officially have the title to make it happen. Let's get real with the realness. Let's get behind President Trump, who truly has turned our nation around and made us the envy of every country in the world. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, God, for recognizing and raising up this man to be the leader of the free world. I love you.
Look at that. Look at that.
You know, when I was looking for a pardon person, like a pardon czar, they gave me somebody from Harvard, somebody from Yale, somebody from Princeton, somebody from.
Hang on, let me.
Well, let that continue. I want to hear him speak. Let it continue. Let it continue.
To be the leader of,
You know,
I'll be called asleep anyway. Let it speak.
I'm not asleep.
somebody from Harvard, somebody from Yale, somebody from Princeton, somebody from
got you,
Penn,
Lawrence.
somebody from Stanford. And I said, do you know anything about it? Well, we can learn. You know, they can learn. And when I met Alice, I said, she's better than these people. And she's done a fantastic job. You know, I said,
whoa.
I'm looking for people like you to let out. How many people are there like you? She said, many. I said, many in jail. Think of it. 22 years she was in jail, and she had 28 years to go on a phone call.
Yep.
You admit you did a little something wrong, right? But it was like, okay, it wasn't 50 years. Even if you said 6 months.
Give her another chance.
Today it would be probably nothing. But even if you said
Just a
something.
little orange there.
Yeah, he gave her another chance.
People like you, how many are there? Many. Then I was worried I said, well, maybe she's going to say everybody should be let out. And we're not a believer in that. I said, so Alice, are there people that shouldn't be? You met a lot of people, right? Are there people that shouldn't be let out? Absolutely. Then I felt better because there's some bad ones in there too, right? But you are fantastic, and you've been great and so respected all over the country, all over the world. In a sense, you've become a very big story. Thank you very much, Alice.
Black History Month, Day, so that's what you asked about.
What was her backstory anyway? This Alice woman that came up there and gave him such a warm welcome because she got out of jail.
I got one for you. Before I get out of here. Now this should put tears in your eyes.
Wrongfully arrested or something today?
I mean, our hearts are so
No
cold.
one thinks that the no tax on tips matters. Well, it does matter.
Drug
It
tax.
mattered a lot
Look
to
at the-
Annetta. And she was able to grow her business just in a short period of time and hired more employees. And she's making a fortune. I'd like you to give some
He
of the
said
people
she did
some of
wrong,
that money.
but she
Annetta.
deserves a second chance.
Annetta, come in.
Wait a
Annetta,
minute, Miss Emmy. Let me listen to this first.
come on up.
Now this should put. Look at her.
Yeah.
Sorry about Arms
Yeah,
getting tired.
former drug dealer. Go ahead.
I have no business being here other than him having me here. And so, yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to preach. I'm going to settle myself. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Knows where to get the good stuff.
It's such an honor to be here today. People ask me all the time, why did I even open a business? business. Why did I even call it Hebrews 11:1?
Hey, Illuminated.
Hebrews 11:1 is my very favorite scripture. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. That scripture has walked with me and it has grown
Sorry,
me
y'all, my hand's
from
tired.
a little girl on up. Not having no longer my mother here, no longer having my father here, my husband not having his mother and his father here. We opened Hebrews 11:1 with no funding, no money, no big family investors, no business loans, didn't have great credit. It was us and faith in God. That was 7 years ago. But I ran that business with just myself and one employee. Then here
That's
comes
great.
no tax on tips. I was able to hire 7 more employees just by not only that, I was able to open a second location on our college campus. Things are just going off simply because having now faith. And so I love the fact of that scripture. Now, I say all of that as to, I'm trying to stick to my little written down thing that I wrote. I don't know how to do that so well. But as a small business owner, I understand how critical support is. I understand that you have to have the right people that make the right policies for us as small business owners. So no tax on tips has been an extreme blessing for me and my business. Not just mine, but I know
So that is a big deal. No tax on tips, to be fair.
the good part of it. We only want
No tax on anything is a big deal.
Stay
Thank you
focused.
for just
I'm
loving
staying
on us,
focused.
showing us that even in small town Hope, Arkansas, and I have got to say this, I have the best governor in the world. I don't only just call Sarah my friend, I call her my sister. And so
That's great.
that's why I am here today to just tell you that no tax on tips has been an amazing blessing for me. President Trump has been an amazing blessing for me. And at the end of the day, Jesus has been an amazing blessing for me. I love you guys and thank you so much because I am a youth pastor, but I will not preach on today. I love y'all. Thank you so much.
Okay. That's enough of that.
No, it's not enough of that. You asked for it. Nuh-uh.
What is there to ask for? What did I ask for?
We're gonna bring it home
woman
right now.
has
We're
gotta-
gonna bring it home.
Yeah,
Hold
bring
on.
it home.
We're gonna bring it
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, bring it on home.
I'm already home.
I mean, warm y'all hurt.
I like her.
Oh man, she looks like Aretha Franklin.
Dog on the club.
Let's listen.
Appreciate that.
Oh, you know she does. Stop
He
it.
tells exactly how he feels and what he thinks. Thank
Wait
God
for the thing, jump to it.
I am filled. My cup runneth over.
Mm.
Because he allowed his constituents, his people to come to my house to interview me, to talk about the murder of my grandson. It seemed like nobody cared. I'm an advocate for murder. I marched. I rallied. I pulled out other families in the District of Columbia that had murders and did. Ooh. We marched and we rallied, and nobody heard me, Democrats, get mad at me. Until this Republican sent his constituents, his people out there to interview me in my home. Have you ever heard of a thing?
That was powerful.
He invited me twice before Congress
Yeah.
for the beautiful bill.
Yeah. Really powerful.
Change crime in the district. If you kill somebody, okay, you take a life, you do life. Just that simple. If you do a harsh crime, you do harsh time. Just that simple. And then we need National Guard, and which we did years ago. He brought it on. I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be standing up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. And Grandma said it.
That just put tears in my eyes, you guys.
Yeah, whatever.
Look at how proud he is.
Mm-hmm.
For her. He's happy for her.
That's pretty good. When is she running for office? Felicia, when are you running for office, please? You have my endorsement.
You have my
Oh,
endorsement.
that's a trip.
Endorsement.
Thank you, darling.
She
Very.
probably can't even run for office. She's a criminal. This stuff is ridiculous.
So that's what I want to say, you guys. So I hope that you felt that love. Let me bring back the guess tonight.
Listen, I mean, he was there for her because she lost her son, and he listened. I can't knock that.
I can't. I don't know why my camera's blurry right now. Let me tell you
Yeah,
something.
it is very blurry.
I don't know what happened. But
holding that phone up to the screen. That's what did it.
Well, you guys see me enough. You guys see me enough. All right, you guys. So I've been here for 2 hours. I'm here for 2 hours, you guys. I want to land it, but I hope that you guys feel listened to because I hear you.
You're right, Mr. Taylor.
What do you say?
Some folks will never see the Kool-Aid. They'll drink it, but they'll never see the Kool-Aid. That reminds me of Jim Jones. Drinking the Kool-Aid. Okay.
Grandma said, what's wrong with my camera? Okay, hold on. Grandma said, leave this man alone. I think that Donald Trump is doing what Donald Trump needs to do. I don't know what's wrong with my camera, but all right. Yeah. Donald Trump is doing what Donald Trump needs to do. And I feel very proud to be.
The camera teared up too.
That's what happens when you have a lot of hot air blowing on something cool. You see what I'm saying? It'll fog up in a moment. It's noticed. So
let's see. Maybe it's better now.
Gotta love you, and you at least you keep the YouTube streets alive and busy.
JC, I'm gonna give y'all final thoughts. Daisha, how did you listen to that and not feel something? Now, let me give you guys my final thought right now.
Felt something, all right.
Let me give you guys my final thoughts. Ilhan Omar needs to do better and clean up the fraud in Minnesota. That's what she needs to do. Donald Trump is a powerful. He felt it. No,
that was that Philly beef burrito.
At all. Hey, good night, Jerome. No way. Kelly Ray said it's not like our options were extensive, but we weren't going for open borders. We weren't going for open borders. Good night, Jerome, my friend. And that's why Donald Trump won by a landslide. So the nerve of people to get upset, Ihan Omar, to get upset with Donald Trump, all he said was he spoke about sanctuary states. America voted for Donald Trump to get rid of stuff like that.
Really, sanctuary cities there. It's not the states.
Cities, okay, whatever. She felt offended. She felt offended. You're right, cities. I stand corrected. My brain is tired. She felt offended. I'll let you speak now. You can give you your final thought.
Oh, I have no final
Don't end it with anything crazy.
No, I don't. Like I said, I don't have no final thoughts. You know, I've been listening to propaganda over 75 years. I know good from bad and everything else. So you got your way, I got my way of doing things. But I do appreciate you being brave enough to put it on YouTube, to have all these people go back and forth with each other on a subject that nobody is really qualified to talk about. But we talk about it.
There are states that are sanctuary and cities. I feel like you're gonna correct me if I say the sky is blue.
MU.
There are
MU.
Like for some reason you're very
no, see, you trying to see. Aren't the cities in the states though? Isn't California considered a sanctuary state? Is California considered a sanctuary state? Yes or no? Do they have sanctuary cities in California?
You had to correct it and say city. Let me say this. I should be giving you your final thought. But I just wanted to point out that no matter what I say, I could say Donald Trump's going to put 1,000. You know what? I could have said Donald Trump's going to put $10,000 in these kids' accounts, and you guys will come back and say, it should be more. That's not enough. What about this? It's not going to work. And I just feel like people just want to disagree with Donald Trump because he's Donald Trump. And until you guys get over that part and you're actually able to listen and to accept change, because change is the only way that things are going to get better. If things stay the same, nothing changes. Change has to come. And sometimes people are uncomfortable because we like things that are the same and familiar. But what was familiar was hurting our country. So even though people are a little afraid right now, these fear-mongering tactics, this whole Donald Trump's doing this to hurt people, to take away Social Security and Medicaid and all that stuff, none of that stuff has happened. So I just prefer to stick with the facts. Go ahead. So whether I say sanctuary state or sanctuary city, there's both. So there's no need to argue. I would like for us to get along as much as we can.
I'm not arguing with you, dude. I get along with you anyway. I just don't get along with who you support. And that doesn't make me a bad person. Okay? That's all it is. Just remember that. Just because you love Donald Trump doesn't mean I have to love him. Okay? That's all.
When did I say that? I love the Constitution. I love America.
No. Hold it. There ain't nothing about no piece of paper. We said Donald Trump. We're talking about a man. Okay? We're not talking about a piece of paper.
I give you a final thought. Go ahead. You don't have to worry about MU. Healthcare wasn't taken away, Desha. Unaffordable healthcare hopefully will be gone. But healthcare wasn't taken away. You can go to any hospital and be treated. You can go to any hospital. Tell me that. When has healthcare ever been taken away? I'll wait.
It hasn't. The healthcare hasn't been taken away because hospitals are required to give you medical attention. It's the bills that come afterwards.
That has been since that. You cannot blame Donald Trump.
I'm not blaming Donald Trump for anything like that. I didn't say that. There is free health care.
Yeah, I got to come back another day, Lawrence, but you're right. The Democrats shut the government down, and a lot of that had to do with healthcare.
Well, they said
Republicans refused to give $1 trillion to illegal immigrants.
They claim that the government is shut down because they wouldn't fund the money for ICE. Let's be for real.
No, it had nothing to do with ICE. It had nothing. That's fake news. That's fake news.
Whoa. Did they approve? Did they approve Trump's money for the ICE? Did they approve that money?
Hey, Pharaoh, what's good with you? What are you doing in this?
That's what I thought.
Listen, the government shutdown did not have anything to do with the money for ICE. Hey, Duke.
What did it have to do with?
I just told you. The money for illegal immigrants and their health care. They tried to make it seem like it was for other things. That's not what it was about. And the 5 Democrats that they needed to vote to end the shutdown refused because they wanted illegal immigrants to have health care. That's a fact.
Well, like I said, propaganda is good, and believing propaganda is even better. So, whatever the Fairness Act and all that good stuff, we don't have it anymore. And we really barely now are having freedom of speech. It's going out the window too. So we'll see. We shall see.
We'll see. All right. And on that note, you guys, ask Chuck Schumer why they shut it down the last 40. That's right, Lawrence. Donald Trump.
My final thought. I didn't get
that. For you guys. If you guys want, I will.
I'm going on mute, Uncle Paul. I'll wait for you to get your final thought.
Oh, go ahead. Do you have final thoughts, you guys, so I can shut it down? I didn't even get to talk about Charlie Kirk on my vertical, but go ahead.
The Democrats are in big trouble. If you're going to trot out Gavin Newsom, and my God, nobody wants Kamala Harris. Nobody wants her. If you're going to trot those two out, the Democratic Party's in big trouble. Big trouble. That's all I'm going to say on that. And let's face it, Ilhan Omar Ma, you look stupid today. You look dumb today. That's it. That's all.
Claude, I always appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Uncle Claude. You too, MU. And yes, I can say abracadabra, you jackass. Now, you get up here and say abracadabra.
I'm tired. Go to bed. Go to bed. I'll do more horizontal so we can speak. I'll make sure that when I do my streams, I will come over here and we can have conversations about it. You guys can invite. I mean, and I don't go to other spaces. Not do politics. I won't speak politics in Democratic spaces because you guys will try to
45 minutes.
I'll go to any space,
Well,
Republican, Democrat. It doesn't matter.
Stuff. We can talk about other topics. There's a lot of things like some of these. What happened to my hair?
Yeah, nothing's wrong with your hair. You look nice.
Thank you. All right, guys.
45 minutes.
Yes, we take care of illegal immigrants. They go to any ER. Deshaun, we're not gonna act like they weren't covered, and a lot of them come here because in their own countries they cannot afford some some procedures, and they will come here and they get it, and we have to cover it. That's a fact. So that would be considered healthcare, whether it's in an ER room or whatever else. That's healthcare. Well, you guys heard enough from me tonight. I appreciate you guys. Damage. What are they talking
Appreciate
about?
you and you.
Damage. Catwalk. Did I do a good, Lawrence? Okay, some of you understand where I'm coming from, and the rest of you, I
yeah, some do, some don't, some will, some won't. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Desha, what are you talking about? See, some people argue. Desha, if your health is being taken care of, that's healthcare, is it not? Are we disagreeing that if you go to the emergency room, you can get? That's not healthcare. They spend millions of dollars on some of these procedures. Yes. And where does that money come from? American people. Americans.
I was told this was going to be a 45-minute live stream.
Uncle Claude, go to bed.
You go to bed.
Good night, you guys. I've got to do this another day. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Uncle Claude, always a pleasure. Just always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, dear. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, my love. Good night, my love.
Good night. You guys, that was pretty rough. Now, I only meant to be here for 45 minutes, and it always goes over when I do these streams and I listen to what you guys have to say. But I do appreciate you guys participating in the conversation. You're helping me grow my little community over here. Thank you guys so much that support me. At the end of the day, I'm praying for America. I'm praying for our country. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me, but sometimes I feel that some of you are disagreeing just because it's Donald Trump. That's how I feel. No matter how many facts I lay out, how many videos I play for you guys, some of you are going to just disagree. But as long as we can remain respectful, I'm here for it. Claude, no, I'm going to bed. Desha, I don't want Kelly Ray, good night. Good night. I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Medicaid is available in every state. Lawrence, talk about it. Lawrence, what are you guys' final thoughts before I get out of here? Just a thought sounds intelligent, but sounds stuck in his ways. Fair, damage, fair. That's when I got military health care. People got fined by Obama for not having insurance. Obama did a lot. There were so many flaws with the Unaffordable Care Act. Good night, Desha. Well, I always have your back, but I don't like Trump. Good night. Thank you, Desha. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.